Hi, it's Mike from Tamarack Outdoors again, and welcome to this video on the Hennessy Hammock Jungle Zip Modified and the Hennessy Hammock X-Fly Modified. Hope you enjoy it. So first of all, before you pitch a tarpon hammock in a woodland environment like this, you've got to check your trees. I always start at the base, so I check if there's any cracking of the soil, so in other words the actual tree or the root plates moving, and then going and up to the top, so looking for deadfall, any nesting insects such as wasp nests and things like that. Ensure that the both trees that you're going to hammock on are actually live, so it's not, you're not actually hammocking on a dead tree that could be potentially dangerous. So this is the hammock and tarp. Obviously this is a modified version, so I've actually ditched the bag that it normally comes in and keep it in a dry bag. So in here I've got the hammock inside this dry bag, and then also the tarp inside another dry bag. That's to prevent cross-contamination if the tarp's wet. The other thing about this video as well, we're actually doing it back to front. So we're going to pitch the hammock first and then the tarp. The reason for this is if I pitch the tarp first, you won't be able to see the details of the hammock. So normally in the UK, the first thing you do is protection, so get out the weather, so you pitch your tarp first and then pitch your hammock and set the rest of your camp up. So the first thing out of the bag is the first part of the modification. This is a DD Whoopie Sling system, and this is their tree hugger, fitted with a very small rated carabiner. And this is chain linked, so I pull that end through and it comes up and it's that long. And all I do, I'm going around this tree here and I'll just flop over, trying to keep the tape flat, and then I can adjust. In the end here there's two loops. Put that through there, ensuring that both these sides that attach to the carabiner are under tension, and then do the opposite or the same on the other side. So just a quick word about the height. I like my hammock quite high. I like it sort of like when I'm in it, about 12 to 10 inches off the ground. So this is quite important, and the length or distance between trees. I need about 5.5 meters between trees to get a really good pitch. That includes the tarp as well. So, but the configuration of this is quite important as well. At the minute I've just gone round this fairly large tree and just clipped into the carabiner. What this does is actually double the rate or double the strength of this tree hugger. If I unclip one side and choke that through like that, okay, that's called choking, that reduces its strength by 50%, so something to bear in mind. So as you can see here, this is the one part of the hammock. This is my foot end. The foot end always comes out first, and this is the start of the modification from the standard Hennessy. In here you'd normally have through the loop through the structural part of the hammock, a piece of 6mm rope tied into a bowline, and then you have your rope coming off, and then to the standard Hennessy tree huggers. What I've done, I've removed that rope and actually fitted it with this DD Hammock Whoopie Sling. So this is made out of 3mm AM steel or Dyneema into a Whoopie system, and I'll show you that in more detail shortly. So in essence it just basically goes to a loop, and all I do is clip that loop into a carabiner. So let's look in detail on this system complete now. We've got our DD tree hugger with our tiny rated DD carabiner, a superlight carabiner, and then this is the Whoopie Sling system here, coming down to the structural part of the hammock. So adjusting the Whoopie Sling is quite easy. This is what I like about it. You can actually pitch your tarp first, put your hammock up, and then adjust your hammock underneath your tarp, so to ensure you've got full coverage of the hammock. So to slacken, this is quite tension a minute, so to slacken it off, you just put your fingers in between the loop and slacken off that way. To tension it, you grab the tail and pull that way. And you can actually get quite a lot of tension on that. The excess that you've got here, I like to keep things tidy, so I hank that up. I'll just adjust the other side. So now the hammock's half pitch, I'll just take you through some of the features before I put the tarp over the top. First of all, you've got these hooks and shock cord, and then you've got the zip system here, which you can actually unzip this top mozzie net and flip that over this supporting 3mm cord. And in here you've got a little bag, yeah, you can put your phone or whatever in the night, and a couple of little hooks. And also with a jungle zip, it's actually double bottomed or double based, and there's a slot in here for putting a mat or some multi-mat underlay or whatever you feel the need to put in. Obviously with a hammock you need to insulate it, because if you don't you'll be cold. So now I'm going to pitch the tarp, and I've changed the cord on the standard cord that you get with the hex fly, and just put a piece of 3mm purlin on. It's quite good because it's attached to this little triangle piece with the tape attached to the actual tarp itself, and that gives you a really tight pitch. So here I'm just going to do a reindeer herder's knot as the first knot. And then carry the tarp through, flip it over the hammock and tie off on the other tree. So I've actually split the tarp now so the hammock's in the middle, and I come out and do a nice drum tight pitch. Now I've also spotted as well that I need to adjust my hammock this way. It's sticking out too much of the tarp there and not here. So this is the beauty of the Whoopie Sling. I can slacken off there and tighten up here. But let's finish off the tarp first. So this is the standard cord you get with the hex fly, and as I mentioned earlier, I've put these little plastic guy line keys on. These are really good. They're dead easy to adjust. You lock the rope really tight down into a loop that you peg down. So as always, wherever the angle of this is, yeah, so that's about 90 degrees at the minute, you need to pitch that accurately at 45. Yeah, to ensure you don't get any ridges or anything like that in the tarp itself. So this is where these Whoopie Slings come into their own. As you can see now, this part, yeah, of the hammock's sticking out of the tarp, and I want to adjust it all that way. So dead straightforward. Yeah, open the loop and slacken off. Might have to take that part of the cord down, slacken it off, and then just to guess, you can just raise it up like that, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Tidy up this part of your cord again. And there we go. hammock ready just to be finished. And I just want to attach these shock cords. So I've got a hook through a loop here, the loops on the hammock, and on all four corners of the hex fly is this little hook. And what I've done, I've changed it around, just flipped it 180, and I've put an adjustable knot here called a grinner on this shock cord, and I clip that to the hook on the tarp, and then I can adjust it. So in the interest of showing you how to get in and out of the hammock and things like that, I've actually taken this side of the tarp down and just folded it back. So this is the jungle zip. So as previously mentioned, we unzip this and we can fold that back. Once you get in a hammock, it's always never just sort of like dive into it. There's a lot of things going on, everything needs to stretch and stuff like that. So what I tend to do is come round and keep one leg underneath my backside. Yeah, gather some up in your hand and then just very, very slowly just ease into it. Okay. Now I've got a stump here. Alright, I don't want it to break and then crack my back and my backside on that. So you're in. So the beauty about this hammock with being a zip is I can actually sit in it like an armchair. So once you're happy with the tension, you move all the material backwards, get the zip just underneath the knees, and then you can lean back. And it's super comfy. Mozzing it on the back of the neck, and then you can chill out. Getting into the hammock is quite straightforward. This is my head end, foot end, and what I've done, I've just sit down, around about a third of the way down, so I'm not ratcheting about trying to get the zip on the other end. So obviously normal camp footwear would be either trainers or Crocs or something. So flip the boots off and then just flip in. And then reach up. Get so, just purely due to the nature of the hammock, you get this sort of like banana shaped profile, and that's okay for a short period. It's actually quite relaxing, but to sleep in it you need to sleep just off centre slightly. That's why the Hennessy have these little tabs. Okay, as long as you've got one of those on one elbow and then the opposite tab where your feet are, and then you'll sleep flatter, so you'll be able to sleep on your back or on your side. There we go. To conclude then, Hennessy, it's my favourite hammock, has been for many years. This new Jungle Jet version is even better. So I hope you enjoyed the video, we'll see you next time.